Hello everyone. In this video, I'd like to show you a method to transfer the teach-dependent file to the real robot controller, right? So on this screen, you can see right now, I have a teach-dependent program. So that's the part I designed within the Handling Pro, but I want to transfer this file to the real robot controller. Right? So this is part of our robot lab. All right, so there are many ways to do it. So one way to transfer a file is to use the USB. And in this video, I'm going to show you a different way. The one we can use the network communication. So to do that, we have to use a software, a communication software from FANUC. It's called Robot Neighborhood. So as you can see, once you type in here, it's on the list. You can just click on it to start the software. So I'm going to drag in here. So this is a communication utility software, right? Similar to what we have with the Arts links from the Rockwell, right? So only difference that one is to use to communicate with PLC, but this one is the one we use to communicate with the robot controller. So once you start the robot neighborhood on the left-hand side, underneath robot neighborhood, you will see, like right now, you will see one of the item on the browser is called C. So if you keep looking at it, keep open at that one actually is the one I'm opening right now. This one, virtual robot. So because you can see underneath my login, and if you keep going, you will see the virtual PLC on here. So this is robot one. If you click on it, and on the right hand side, it shows the IP address. You can see here, that's the computer local host. So it's not a real communication, right? And also, what else can we look at it? It says connected because I'm running this Handling Pro, right? Backup file version, co-start, not much we can look at it. I just want you to know that this item, this C, is from the virtual robot, right? So it's not the one we are going to transfer. We want to transfer to the real PLC. Sorry, real robot controller, right? So we have to do something on the setup. So if you want to set up, highlight the robot neighborhood. So on the right hand side, you will see you have three choice, right? So we have a virtual robot. That's the one that we're running on the computer. Robot groups, we don't have to worry about that. What I interest is this one. Choose the real PLC. It's gonna start to scan. And let's look at what the software will scan to on there. So this is something on the software. Sometimes it will show up the IP address, and sometimes it won't show up. I guess maybe it's a software glitch, all right? But what we can do is that once we know the IP address of the robot controller, we can type in. So like the one I'm going to transfer is the one on the card right beside the door. The IP address, I already know that it's 192.168.0.200. So that's the IP address on the card, right? So I may even give it a name, card on that. If I type in, click on the add, hopefully the software will find it. All right. So you can see underneath here, it add a item after C, right? It's gave the name card. All right. So on the right hand side, you can see the status. That's most important. It's set available. And the IP address is the one I set in. You can even click on the home page, and that normally will open up a like the Facebook of the robot controller, right? So you can see that the Windows Explorer, the Internet Explorer start to go over. That's not our big concern to transfer the file, so I can just shut it down. So most important is that it's available for me, all right? So I can even create another connection to the one on the bench. You know, we have two robot controller, right? The other one, the IP address is 210. So that one is on the bench. So I haven't turned on the power yet. Let's see what happens with this one. I can give the name bench, right? So after I added, you can see there are 3 items on there, right? Bench, C, and card. And if I highlight bench, even though the IP address already type in on there, but the status is set of unavailable because I haven't turned on the power yet. But the IP address is correct, right? So that I just want you to compare with that. So if I highlight the card, you can see with IP address 200, it's available. So that's the one is being set up with the communication, all right? So once we have this, we can start to work on the Handling Pro now. So let's look at the Handling Pro, and that's the program I want to transfer to the robot controller. So right click and then export. So on the export, you can choose to robot or to load set. Load set is a file. You don't choose that. We want to transfer to a real robot. So choose to the robot, then you will see a pop-up window show up. So on this pop-up, it says you want to export this program, right? It's pending. And on here, you can see it's already populated with card, right? If it didn't populate, if you click on the button, you will see that this robot neighborhood show up, right? So right now, like I said, the bench is not available, right? The card is the only one available now. So I highlight the card and click select. And now I'm ready to export, right? Once I click export, and it has a password protection. All right, the username is the room number B1024, and the password is the name FANUC F-A so FANUC. So you don't see that pop up, right? It's just FANUC. Once you click OK, you can see the status is being exported, right? So everything goes through, right? So too bad I cannot show you on the on this with the real robot teach pendant. But if you go to the robot controller, look at your teach pendant, you should see this program right now. It's on there. So it's already exported. So you just need to click done. You finish. So you can check on there. All right. So I just want to show you what if we want export to the bench, right? Even though that one is not available, let's try it, right? Let's highlight bench and select, and it's also pending, right? Click export, and then you can see it's trying to communicate with the 210, right? It won't be able to because I haven't turned on the power yet, right? But it just lets you know that you use the robot neighborhood, you can set up the communication to the both robot controller in the B1024. So in this way, you don't have to use USB. You can directly transfer the file from the Ethernet. All right. Okay. So this is what I need to show you. And guess I'm done here. Right. So see you. Bye-bye.